So we're setting up for a JG3 mission out of Morisovsky. We've drawn our 8 fighters, of which I took 3 gondolas. I got an ace, a veteran, and an experienced. And then I drew 5 regular 109s. I got 1 ace, 3 vets, and 1 experienced. So getting 2 experienced probably is a poor draw, what would be considered a poor draw. Drawn my dogfight cards, of which I got low yo-yo, which is defensive. Defensive spiral, which will allow us to escape and actually leave combat. And got an interesting one. I got break formation, which allows a pilot with a wingman to both break off and act independently. As the Germans, you don't normally fly with a tight wingman because you want to get as much firepower out there as possible. But that card allows me to pair up my experienced pilot with my ace, and hopefully I'll roll higher on the initiative using the ace and be able to break off and have them both attack from a higher position. I've also drawn my fate card, Fate the Black, which allows us to avoid any non-mission combat, which could be useful if we're damaged. I selected my mission, escort mission to Potomnik, so we get 4 fighters. So I took my gondola ace and had him pair up with the veteran, and then I've got a gondola veteran and a regular veteran. So what we're going to do is we'll take off from Morisovsky, fly and rendezvous with our escorted supply aircraft at H5, and then proceed to K4, where we'll rendezvous with some fighters out of Potomnik, and then hopefully fly our supplies into the 6th Army and land safely. So the start date was November 28th. That's a Soviet mission. We don't have that option. I rolled for weather and got heavy clouds. So heavy clouds is going to limit combat to 2 rounds. It also forces us to roll for rendezvous. You have to roll a 6 or more on your pilot's experience die. So we took off, got nothing here, got to our rendezvous place, sector, and you roll for rendezvous before you roll for an event. So my ace rolled and failed, unfortunately, and of course. So that means that my guys don't join up immediately, and if the escorted aircraft, the supply aircraft, are attacked by a chart-driven event, then I do not participate in the first round of combat. If we roll for a event card, then the event card goes to the fighters and not the supply aircraft. So I rolled for the supply aircraft, and I rolled a 6, which was 1d3 plus 2 Ju-86s. And of course I rolled a 1, and so I drew my 3 Ju-86s. And then I rolled for my event, and I actually rolled for an event card. So it's Out of the Sun. Mission aircraft surprise a flight of 2 enemy fighters. We get +2 on the initiative die roll for the first turn. So this applies to my fighters. So I roll 1d3 plus 1 for enemy fighters on X AIP. So I rolled for the IAP, and I got the 13th IAP. And 1d3 plus 1, I rolled a 1, so they only got 2. So that's pretty good for us. So let me get this out of the way here real quick. So we're going to roll for initiative. So we'll roll the 1d6 for this guy. 1 and 6 is 7. And this guy's going to get a 10-sided die. 4 and 6 is 10. My pilots are going to get +2 for the event card. So we get a 4, that's 6, and 7 is 13. A 6 and 2 is 8, and 8 is 16. And then our ace with his wingman. We'll roll 1d12. 6, I'm sorry, that's a 9, and 2 is 11, and 7 is 18. All right, so I can choose to break up my flight here, but I'm not going to. I'll save that for later. He's got freedom of action. He can attack anyone, but he's just going to go ahead and attack this gentleman here. So 1d12. And a 1. He misses. And so there's no one higher than him, so he goes to action taken. He's going to do the same. 1d10. 8. 2 hits. Using B, so that's 2 and 2, so 4 hits. He's going to roll against a 4, and he gets a 10, so he's fine, and he's done. And now he attacks. 8, 2 hits. And on a B, that's 2. And on a B, that's 3. It's 5. So he's up to 9 damage. Not looking good for him. He's got to roll a 10 to stay on his front side. 8. So he's flipped to his damage side. And he's got 9 damage. And we're on to round 2. So we'll roll for the him. 1d6. 1 and 6 is 7. Terrible for him. Roll for him. A 10. 4 on his damage side is reduced to 1, so 4 and 5 is 9. All right, so we'll roll for our experienced, our veteran. 8 and 7 is 15. 5 and 8 is 13. And now our ace. 4 and 7 is 11. All right. So he's got freedom of action. He can attack anyone he wants. So he's just going to go ahead and take this guy. And a 10. 2 hits. So he's shot down. Now we roll to see if he can bail out, because you get extra points for the non-green pilots. 1, he fails to bail out. So we got him, and our I gets a victory. So now we've got him going after this guy. 7, 1 hit. 3 damage. Okay, so he's got to roll against a 3. 2. Let's flip to his damage side. Nothing can attack him. And our ace. We're not going to use our break up the wingman. There's no point at this point. Oh my goodness. 8. 2 hits. Using an A, which is 3. And 3 is 6, so it's more than his than he can possibly roll, so he's shot down. and you don't get any extra points for the green pilot. All right, so that's the end of combat, and we'll go ahead and set up.